Hello everybody, welcome back to the Jade Empire walkthrough. Let's see, where are we at here? Just got done with the swamps, and we're going to be heading into the swamp cave, I guess? Cave? I don't know. This whole area is pretty easy. The only thing I will say about it's kind of lame that you don't ever get the ogre demon transformation. I don't know, whatever. I guess it's not the end of the world. There's plenty of really good transformation styles in the game, so I guess I shouldn't be too disappointed.
It's always someone else's fault, isn't it, Gao? This is your mess. I didn't make you kidnap me.
Your friend is doing a good job of frustrating Gao into carelessness. That will work in your favor, but it also means we have to follow them by a different route. Be careful. That means fresh enemies for us. These caves harbor strange creatures.
Alright, so Gao blocked what was supposed to be his path of escape, I'm guessing. Go to the cave. I think that's the story. And then here I'm just trying to use the different magic stuff, and you know, again, that made that fight really easy. Freezing him first, and then just pelting him with the ice shards. But you saw how fast that took down my magic, and if you put points into your magic styles, it will cost less. So that is one you know, saving grace, I guess, to some of these styles. Unfortunately, we just don't have very many points right now to use on said styles. One of these playthroughs, I should actually put like fully level up a magic style just to give it a shot. I think that there's definitely some good ones, but yeah, like I said, maybe one of these days I'll have to actually try it out. So not a whole lot of hidden stuff, at least in the cave. This looks like the exit, or what was potentially an exit to the cave. Obviously not the case anymore, as Gao in his haste to destroy some of these creatures.
To enter these caves. Gao will have to pay for this inconvenience.
They made that not so much an exit anymore. Alright, here's your first toad demon in the game, and we'll end up getting this as a transformation style. Definitely not my favorite of the transformation styles. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to really say about that. I guess it poisons your enemies, which doesn't feel that useful. Maybe that's more useful on Grandmaster mode? I don't know. I'm not really sure. The other problem with the transformation styles, and actually that I really don't like, is the whole you can't evade. You can block like you know can in any other style, but you can't like you know do the flip evade. I don't know how else to describe that, or like an evasive roll. So, and I mean, that's just the style I play. I mean, frankly, it's pretty overpowered that you can do that. And unfortunately, with those transformation styles, you know, that's not an option. So you're far less mobile. And then speed on top of that, the speed of the actual attacks. I don't think any of the transformation styles, I don't think any of the speeds can be like basically increased, so you're kind of stuck with however slow those monsters attack.
You see that, Gao? That's loyalty and responsibility. Can you even understand those words?
I understand more than you. I did you a favor, but you are too stupid to know a good thing when you're in its grasp.
Being kidnapped was a good thing? You have an odd view of what it takes to impress a woman.
Fool! You'd be dead if it wasn't for me. Everything you had is gone. My father was to that. You'll see. Death comes from above to ferret out your hidden master and his real name. Dawnstar was the only thing I wanted to save, and what thanks do I get? Nothing. So be it. I'll just kill you all and forget your pitiful little village ever existed. You'll see. You've already lost no matter what happens here. You'll see. I'll make you see.
He has earned my ire as well as yours. I will help if I can.
Doesn't matter to me. Master Li isn't here to restrict how I fight. I'll kill you both in time to see the red sky over your village. Heavenly wave. Leaping tiger.
Alright, so here we've finally caught up with Gao and confronted him. And now it's time to take this turd down a peg. Oh, and then on top of the low mobility, you can't heal in your transformation form. So again, I don't know. I'm not a big fan, and that poison, that didn't seem like it very much. Now I'm not really giving it much of a chance, just because, you know, obviously I'm not staying in this style for very long.
Thank you for coming to my
But
rescue.
gosh, I just,
I'm
you know,
not
I
sure
feel
why
like
Gao
those
thought he would get away with this.
they really get, the transformations
He had to know
really
that
get
someone in the
outclassed, or
village
some
would
of
come
the
from him.
the early transformations really get outclassed by your other styles.
I am grateful. Your friendship has always been a comfort to me. Maybe that was what made Gao so jealous. I don't know. And who is this? I must thank your new acquaintance for his help as well.
Sagacious Zoo, you don't owe me anything. I just helped your young friend through the swamp.
Sagacious Zoo, well, I am grateful. I don't know what Gao meant by saying he was doing me a favor. How could dragging me here be beneficial? Agreed. I want Master Li to know that we are both safe. It's too bad, though. He wanted to reach Gao. I'm sure of it. Gao just seemed to get more and more bitter. He didn't respond well to discipline. It's too bad.
I will wait by Gao's flyer. He can't object now.
Alright, so congratulations. You have successfully rescued Dawnstar. You can... I think I mentioned it in one of the previous videos that during Chapter 1, your dialogue options with Dawnstar really don't matter. They don't have any effect on the rest of the game whatsoever. Definitely if you're, you know, role-playing one way or the other, then pick whatever you want. But, you know, just know that you can't really screw anything up. I guess that's the thing I guess I'd like you to walk away with, because I know there's quite a few dialogue options in this game, and with multiple characters, where if you say something wrong here or there, that can ruin your plans for the rest of the game. And you know, again, I'll try to point those out as we get to those. But just know that you know, again, in Chapter 1, you don't have to worry so much about that. All right, so here's Viper's Wit. Wow, my stats are really lopsided right now. 10, 6, and what was that? 12 or something? So very, very low mind right now. Which, you know, not the end of the world. One of the interesting things about this is especially the conversation skills. Now, hopefully I'm not repeating myself. I don't think I explained this in any of the other videos, but it's interesting because I've played the game so many times now, and I don't think I put 2 and 2 together as far as the conversation skills. So one way to increase them is just having gems, and gems will give you, you know, let's say that, you know, a good example is a charm gem. There are charm gems in the game that will like give, we'll say +1. That's like the crummiest of the charm gems. There's a +2, there's a +3, and so on and so forth. The other way to increase your conversation skills, though, is just by increasing your stats. So using the same example, charm goes off of your body and your mind stat. I think they average.
I thought they abandoned them, but it
My
looks like you had
my
fought them
impression
back.
anyway is that they
I
average
didn't
the
realize
two.
you took that much of a risk getting to me.
I'm not
Thank you.
100% sure though if that is in fact how that works, because now I'm looking at one of my characters' screens and that's not quite,
I heard Gao
I
yelling
guess,
at
how
them
it's
to kill any
working.
bandits
So
who might
there
approach.
might be a
I
little
guess they
something
wouldn't
else to
stop
it
to
that
ask
I'm not.
questions. His
I'm not sure on.
mercenaries
But
didn't
anyways,
seem too eager to
if
follow
you
him
increase your
wherever
body
he went.
and your
It
mind
seemed like
stat,
they were
your
humoring
charm
him.
stat should go up.
Maybe they were his father's men. I don't... Wait. Do you hear something? There are so many. Where are they coming from?
You should be more concerned with where they are going. You may have won a victory over Gao the Lesser, but it looks like he put things in motion that have outlived him.
What? What do you mean?
These machines have weapons. They drop casks that explode on impact. There will be soldiers on the ground as well.
Was that what Gao meant? He said something about death coming from above for Master Li. It doesn't matter. We have to get back. The students, everyone will need our help.
Walk away, Dawnstar. You won't get there in time. Better to avert your eyes than see something you care about fall to ruin. Save yourself the pain.
This machine of Gao's, do you know how to make it work? Could you fly it?
I doubt there are two people in the Empire that know how they work. It's a baffling combination of magic and artifice. We may be able to do it among the three of us. I was told that they are simple to control.
So you don't really know.
If you actually cared about the safety of this machine, you wouldn't be about to fly it into a swarm of enemies. What guarantee do you want? There is a handle attached to something like the reins of an ox yoke. You move it left and right, forward and back. It should swim through the air fairly smoothly.
Will you come to help us, Zhu? You seem to have a good heart.
If you are intent on returning, I will accompany you. I've already done more than I wanted, but I could not avoid this forever.
You are an interesting person, sagacious Zhu. Your eyes hold a great sadness that is oddly familiar to me, but I don't know why. Perhaps I am imagining it. We will discuss it another time. I hope we are not too late.
Alright, so if it wasn't obvious already from Gao's conversation earlier that his goal was to actually rescue Dawnstar from the wrath of his father's men, I guess. So we are going to head back to the village and see what's going on. So back to the previous conversation. There's a couple of different skill checks in the game where your conversation. So actually, there's a lot of conversation checks in the game. Sometimes there's ways to get around them. Sometimes there's not. But that's another reason, kind of why I generally like to stay balanced in my stats, because when you start lacking really, really bad in one thing, that can really drop down a specific conversation stat. If you're really building two stats really strong and really leaving one kind of in the dust, you might have a problem when it comes to your conversation checks, because there's not always three different options. You can't always choose one of the three. Oftentimes there will only be one. So by letting some of your stats fall behind or lag behind, you could run into trouble. But here's your first flyer mission, I guess you could call that. Which is pretty easy, but and pretty basic. You've only got Radiant Aura as far as your weapons. We'll get some upgraded. I guess specials, I think is what they're technically called. And Radiant Aura, I actually really like it. You know, if you're pretty decent at the game, it probably doesn't matter as much. And I think I was monk. Oh yeah, I must have been messing around with my controller here. But anyways, yeah, the flyers, you know, you'll get different specials towards or later on, and some of them are ridiculously awesome, and some of them are just kind of. Unfortunately, a lot of your flyer upgrades will require cash, and I really don't like spending money on flyer upgrades. When it comes right down to it, you know, I'd rather have money to spend on my character's stats instead. So, yeah, I guess that's my thoughts on flyers and flyer upgrades. I do like the little mini game; it's pretty fun. There's a couple of more difficult ones. I can think of a couple off the top of my head that took me multiple tries to get down.
No! This can't be!
It is what I expected. I'm sorry you had to see this.
I saw the smoke from the air, but I didn't think it would be so bad. Everyone is gone. I hope you are right. Master Li wouldn't let this happen, not without a fight.
Do what you can together. We will meet in the heart of your school.
Alrighty, finally leveling up here, and there we go. So I'm trying to shore up my low spirit stat here. And what are we doing here? Alright, I'm generally went for upgrading my Leaping Tiger. Yeah, I wanted to level up Leaping Tiger. I pretty much level all of Leaping Tiger except for, I believe it's the chi damage. I really don't use chi damage much. I do here and there, but I'm just not sure that it's really that important, I guess. You know, if you want to try it out, go right ahead. It's definitely, you get so many points by the end of the game. You know, unfortunately, you're probably gonna have to pick a few styles. Now, you know, when I say that though, you can probably max out 6, maybe even 7 completely at the end of the game. So, you know, in all honesty, that's a pretty good choice, or a pretty good amount of styles to choose from.
Father do this? Why are his men here?
You know, I guess don't. What I should say is pick a style though and stick with it. You know, you may find later on in the game that you'll find a style that you like, you know, a bit better, and that's fine, you know, but just keep in mind that you're only going to have enough style points really to probably fully upgrade like 6, maybe 7 of them.
They said no survivors, so there better be no survivors.
I know, but who is this for? Whoever's really giving the orders must be influential.
Do you want to ask Cal the Greater? No. So quit yapping and make sure there's no survivors. Looks like we have a few more peasants to put down.
Let's just make it quick.
Longsword. Don't even more. Leaping Tiger. Heavenly Wave.
We have to find... One for each student. Now everyone is gone. Let it be true.
school. I'll look to the villagers and save as many as I can. Go!
Alright, so here you finally see one of the students that's alive. Key him in, as long as you went with the open palm route and used the red silk grass, to heal her. If you went the closed fist style, she's injured or was previously injured and didn't fully heal, and I think she dies right there. And you know, again, that's one of the things I actually brought up in one of the previous videos. There is, you know, that's probably one of your probably one of the more oh, I don't know what the right way to say it would be, but you know, your choices truly affecting the outcome of, in this case, someone's life even, you know. So very very interesting. And again I feel like it really demonstrates the open palm versus closed fist mentality or philosophy pretty well. You know, closed fist being that if a person's not strong enough, then you know, they pretty much don't deserve to live.
Students? This is like crushing ants. There's no end to you people.
Ants.
And alright, so here we've got, I don't know, you call it like a boss. It's almost like the game's version of a
Same
boss fight.
question all the others asked. You'll get the same answer too.
The fights in this game are pretty interesting. You know, generally with fights like this, you're gonna have one guy that's got quite a bit more health than everybody else. In this case, this is actually kind of a fun little fight here. It's, you know, you're going up against a bunch of bandits here in the training ring, actually. So it's kind of fun. Normally, prior to this point, all of the fights that you fought here in the arena were just, you know, essentially practice fights. And here, this is the real thing. Actually, I think I splattered almost everybody. We'll see. I think I'm pretty sure there's one guy for sure that you can't wreck like this. I guess you could consider him the boss, I suppose. And here I should have switched to that chick. Finish her off, but I didn't. Boom! Splat! Oh, okay. Alright, so far. Oh, okay, alright. I'm thinking this is the guy. Yeah, Gao's lieutenant. Yeah, and here you messed me up a little bit. And I kept switching, but I didn't even land. I didn't land the strong attack or heavenly wave to even try and land. Look at these guys, they're just wrecking me. I think if I would have had this on Grandmaster, I would have gotten killed here for sure. It's not this fight. Boom! There we go. And typically, that's how you're gonna want to do these fights too. Is if you know there's a guy that's like maybe looks a little bit different than the rest, or usually these guys, you know, I guess again I'm just gonna call them guys. But most of those guys you can't land harmonic combos. Sorry. Which is, you know, obviously pretty good. Otherwise, this game would be way too easy. The combat's already really easy the way it is. So, and then there's a couple of support styles that make the game even more ridiculous. Two of them that I can think of. Storm Dragon is pretty easy to get pretty early on, or it's obtained early on, and that's super cheap. And then Paralyzing Palm is probably even worse, I'd say.
Shh. We've chased off all of Gao's men. We'll be safe now.
No, they came later. First there were fighters in black, with fists you could hardly see. She told them where to attack and they turned like one mind. One purpose. Except for the one. He stood alone. His armor so black. Black like a hole in the earth. So deep, you can't get out.
You'll be all right. Just be still.
I tried so hard. I'm sorry.
Wu said... He said there was no warning. Just calm skies and then fire from above. He organized the students, but they were overrun. Master Li was taken when it began. He went without a fight, giving them what they wanted. But afterwards, the students... they were killed anyway.
The Lotus Assassins. They leave no one alive to tell the tale. People fear the unknown. For Gao the Greater to have them as allies is troubling. The figure your friend spoke of is Death's Hand, the leader of the Lotus Assassins. This student was strong to live as long as he did. The Lotus Assassins answered to Death's Hand alone. He would not appear unless this was important. He usually acts behind the scenes. I don't know why they were so intent on taking your Master Li, but they never attack without purpose. That's not possible. Sun Li, the glorious strategist, was the Emperor's brother and the head of the Imperial Army. Your Master Li cannot be him.
Why not?
Because he can't. Sun Li was declared a traitor to the Empire 20 years ago. The Emperor himself accused him of killing the third brother, Prince Qin. And besides, the glorious strategist would not have made such mistakes.
What mistakes?
Revealing himself, for one. For another, he would have known that giving himself up would not save your students. The glorious strategist would know his enemy, and if anything is true about Lotus Assassins, it's that they don't leave survivors. I should know. I was one.
It doesn't matter.
No, he is right to question me. I'm accustomed to such suspicion.
It doesn't matter. Whoever you are, whatever you were, you did not do this, and you do not have our master. We need to decide what to do. When we know where we are going, when we have a plan, then we can talk about who knows what.
I doubt I could change your resolve even if I wanted to. Perhaps I can at least try to point you in a productive direction. If you wish to pursue this, we should head to the heart of the Empire, the Imperial City. Gao the Greater was behind this attack, but I suspect there is someone else behind him. You will find your answers in the Imperial City.
You know a lot. We will have to talk about the source of that knowledge.
Make whatever judgment you wish. I assure you, I have already made worse.
Let's go. I don't want to be here. I want to go where I can actually make a difference.
That is a very common desire. The hardest to achieve, but very common. Come, let's see if we can get Gao the Lesser's contraption in the air again. It won't be stable enough to get to the Imperial City, but we might reach the trading village of Tian's Landing. All trade routes lead to the heart of the Empire. If we are lucky, we can find someone to give us passage. If we're lucky.
Alright, so with this scene here, you get your first peek at Death's Hand, Grand Inquisitor Jia, as well as Silk Fox we have right here. And we'll be officially meeting her pretty soon here. But obviously they're here to take Master Li away. As they have been searching him for, what was it, 20 years, I think they explained. And here you've got the flyer mission. Basically, every time that you're asked to either attack or evade, I would always pick attack, because these flyer missions are worth experience. And yeah, I don't know, they're fun too. They're a nice little break from, I guess, the rest of the game. Not that the game is by any means. Well, sometimes it can be. I will be honest. This playthrough was a bit tedious because I spent so much time on the dialogue, and I just, you know, I let all the NPCs, you know, talk, and I basically explored all of their dialogue options, which was cool. You know, I've never actually done that before. I tend to rush through dialogue sometimes, and you know, like I said, this is pretty fun. I learned a little bit more than I had even known before, and you know, again, I've been through this game quite a few times already, probably 5 or 6 times. So it was cool to you know, I guess explore everything and really get, I guess, get the most out of the game. And you know, I think that playing through it once, you get a good, you know, generally a good idea, and then subsequent playthroughs you can pick up on, you know, some more of the details, which is, you know, pretty true for most RPGs. So again, I thought that you know, while it was a little tedious, you know, from I guess a second, third, fourth, fifth playthrough, it was pretty cool. It was nice to learn a little bit extra. And here we're gonna make our, I believe this is a crash landing in Tian's Landing. Or maybe I should say the outskirts of Tian's Landing. It's, can't keep it together, Captain. Is that the line? Giving her all she's got? I don't know. I'm bad with quotes sometimes if it's been, you know, 20 years. Alright. Miraculously, nobody gets hurt.
That was quite the crash. I wouldn't have left the marsh had I known we were...
Alright, I am going to cut it here. So like, comment, subscribe if you guys want to do. Hope the guys are helpful. Hope you liking them. And hope you join me for more. Alright, thanks for watching.
We did all survive, didn't we?
I'm okay too. A little shaken up is all.
We were lucky. Only a fool braves the air currents without a proper wind map. You can't navigate the skies without them. Not safely, anyway.
So where are we going to find a wind map of this region? We can't follow Master Li's captors without one.
Things are even worse than that. Look at our flyer. Even if we had a wind map, this thing wouldn't take to the air again. You make it sound so simple. Flyers and wind maps are rare things, even in the Imperial City. Out here, they're all but unknown.
Gao and his pirates used flyers to attack Two Rivers, and the Lotus assassins who took Master Li had them too. Somebody around here must know something about them. I'm sorry to get upset, but every second we're stuck here, Master Li gets farther away from us.
We're near Tian's Landing. It's a small village, but maybe someone there knows where we can find a new flyer. If nothing else, I remember a clearing suitable for a camp. And if we can't find a flyer, we can always follow on foot. To the south of the village is a forest. A trade route leads through it to the Imperial City. The village is across the bridge and beyond a large marker stone. Look for the giant rock with a painting of a fish on it, and you'll know you're heading in the right direction. Very well. I'll wait here for now. It's not so different from the marsh, actually. More of an impending sense of doom. But that could just be your influence.
We should get going. There has to be a better place for us to rest than this. Let's go.